Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Ethereum, and we're going to be going back and looking at some of these longer time frame candles. If you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Also, check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, you guys know the drill. Every once in a while, it's good to take a step back and look to see the macro view of the market. So, that's what we're going to do. And we've talked about this before. We looked at these candles on the channel a little while ago, and essentially noting this very nice pattern, right? But in terms of traditional TA, double bottom, and I mean, this is very important to some degree because we're talking about 3-month candles. I mean, 3-month candles, and we had 4 3-month candles that were essentially bottomed, the bottom of the candle, not the wick, that bottomed around 128. This is pretty impressive. And then we say, well, we came from the top all the way down. We then came back up, back down, and then back up. A nice W pattern that everyone likes so much. Now, from here, it's interesting because if you were to go to the top and draw a line over to see where were the top of these candles way back when, where were they? They were at around $750. So essentially what it means is if this pattern just simply continues, we had this massive bull market, right? Came all the way up, a wick to $1,400, back down, halfway up on the log scale, of course. I mean, this was 128 up to around 383 or so. Obviously, it's not halfway to 1,400, but it's getting close to it, 750 or so. But eventually we came back down, and now for the last year or so we've had 4 green candles in a row, and these are 3-month candles. So I don't know if it's going to take us until next quarter to get there, to get to 750, or if we in fact will come to it, let's say this quarter. So let's draw this over. Maybe it'll happen this quarter instead of next quarter, and it'll look something like that. And we can, we'll see ourselves essentially right back at the top, which is where we started from if you go back to January of 2018. And in this scenario, it will have been about 3 years, right? About 1,000 days or so between coming down, coming back up, back down, and then completing the full pattern. So to get back to the top, we need to get to a $750 ether, which I think is very much possible. Of course, there is no free lunch. Now, what's really interesting is if you look at 6-month candles. These 6-month candles had their bottom of the candle identically at 128 for 4 6-month candles in a row, right? 4 6-month candles in a row, spanning 2 years, had the bottom of the candles be at around $128. Sometimes we had a wick down to 81, a wick down to 100, a wick down to 115, and a wick down to about 89 or so. So again, 6-month candles, we had 4 candles on the bottom, and I think this is a momentum shift back up. And to get back to the top, we need to get to approximately a $750 ether. Note that this candle went all the way up to $1,400, and this one had a wick that took us to almost $900, okay? So the top of the candles are here, but we also know that we had wicks that went much higher. If you look at 12-month candles, it's very interesting, right? I mean, one red and a massive green candle. This was 2017. A red went back down to the bottom at around 128. This candle just looks absolutely absurd. I mean, absolutely absurd. Look at that candle. This is a 1-year candle right here. I mean, just absolutely absurd. And then back up, right? Momentum shift here, back up. Almost back to the top. We just need to go up about another $100 or so, right? What's $100 among friends? I think we can do it, right? Assuming Bitcoin just chills out at some point. And really, Bitcoin doesn't even need to chill out. If Bitcoin just trends higher, it'll likely drag the rest of the market up with it. But we want to see more of an explosive breakout of Ethereum, and in order for that to happen, we need Bitcoin to calm down. So hopefully this is useful. Let's look at 2-month candles. So I mean, they all tell the same story, right? They all tell the same story. It's just the time frame in which we get there. Here we're getting close, right? We're getting close again. On 2-month candles, though, the top corresponds to around 875, right? Because now we're looking at 2-month candles rather than 3-month candles or higher. In this situation, it would correspond closer to a $900 Ether. And then finally, let's look at 1-month candles. And here, the 1-month candles close at around $1,100 up here. So if we were to repeat that pattern, it would entail us going all the way up to $1,100 in a few months if the pattern were to simply repeat, right? And we don't know if it will. But we're just speculating on if it were to repeat, when would it happen? And I mean, if you look at the rate at which it's going up, let's just take a look at this pragmatically and say, okay, well, we're more or less trending around this line, up above it, back down, right on it, above it, back down, above it, right on it. If we were to simply continue this line, then by March, let's just call it the fair value of this line, would be around 850, or that's February. By March, it could be around 900 or so, and by April, the fair value would be around $1,000. Again, the fair value here is not referring to the regression analysis that we have for Ether or anything like that. All I did was I just drew a line through the data to show the general move up, just like we had a pretty systematic move down. If you look at this systematic move down, it was right on that line for the most part, right? For the better part of a year. Back up and back down. So this was 2018, all of 2018. This was the first half of 2019, the second half of 2019, and then this is 2020. Okay? And now we're in December, and this is what we have left to go. Okay? So obviously, this could look something like this. I'm just more or less giving you a rough estimate of the rate of change that Ether is currently moving up. And in order for us to get back up to the top of around, say, $1,100, then we might be looking at a couple more months, right? If the pattern were to continue. If you guys like the content, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 80,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel by subscribing. Give the video a thumbs up. Remember to check out the premium list holiday sale in the description below. You get access to the weekly reports, the weekly videos, the premium alerts channel, the risk dashboard, the trading view indicators, and a few other things. So check it out before the prices go up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.